What's up, everybody? Welcome to the MoveU podcast. I'm here with my front desk woman, Fabi. She has different titles for different things she does.
Mom, sister, front desk.
Co-host?
Co-host. I like that title.
Co-host, Fabi. Today, we are discussing training with chronic pain, when to pause and when to push. Super common questions I get all the time. And I'm going to be addressing 4 topics that I hear about. Number 1, people want to know, should I continue my current training program or focus on MoveU? Number 2 is how hard to push. Number 3 is what to do with flare-ups and exacerbations. And number 4, when to seek additional medical help.
Those are good 4.
Anything to add on those before we get going?
No, we just hear these same ones over
over and over. Number 1, should you continue your current training and do MoveU or just focus on MoveU? And over the last years and years, we've worked with the Olympians and the pro athletes and the everyday person. And what I could tell you is this, is if you are struggling with chronic pain and if you are trying to keep your routine, your workout, whatever it is, your routine, and do MoveU together, doing both of them, I've seen more times where it hasn't worked than it has worked. So what I can tell you is if you're struggling with chronic pain, I highly recommend you pause your current training program, whether it's a sport or weightlifting or whatever it is, pause it and put it on your calendar for 60 days out from the day you start MoveU. And focus exclusively on MoveU for 15 to 60 minutes a day until that mark, and then reassess then. That's what I recommend that you do. Because when you're doing your training program, you're in pain because you're out of alignment doing your training. If you're weightlifting, you're out of alignment, so you are compounding issues and then also trying to unwind them with MoveU exercises. And oftentimes, it's a hard battle. The MoveU movements, sometimes they're slower in the progress. You may not feel that it not only breaks even, but you get a net positive because some of the training you do is so intense. So I highly recommend that you pause it and do MoveU exclusively. If you're not in pain, you could do both. Okay, this is mostly people that have experiencing pain. If you refuse to stop your training or you can't stop your training, I recommend that you dedicate 30 to 60 minutes every day for MoveU exercises before your regular training so that you can activate the weak muscles, so that you can lengthen the tight muscles, so that you can align your body and positions and posture, and then carry that over into your activity or carry that into your sport.
I like that. Align kind of your mind, body, spirit, and then do what you must.
Then take it over there.
Yep.
But when you are in that activity, you need to focus on the alignment. You need to focus on what you're learning with MoveU, on the alignment of your ankle and your back when you're performing that activity. Okay. Topic 2, how hard to push yourself. The biggest issue I see with people is they're like, I need more strength or I need more flexibility. So you're trying to break free into these new ranges, and it can be very uncomfortable to do that. And oftentimes, the reward isn't there afterwards. The positive reinforcement of feeling good isn't there because it hurts so much. And we tend to avoid things that hurt. So the most important thing for you to train when you start MoveU in your exercises is controlling the movement you already have. Like, for example, my arm goes up to here and it goes back to here. So it's controlling the range in between those two, controlling them, moving slowly, methodically, with awareness between those two is going to give you the fastest results anyways. And then what you're to do is to start working on your outer limits. If you're like, oh, if there's pain here, you're going to be working just at the border of it, slow, holding contractions, pausing, kind of like easing into the discomfort without causing excruciating pain. So maybe we could say a level 4 or 5 out of 10 is about as hard as you should be pushing into that pain, into that new range of motion you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, not super babying it, but get to a little bit of...
Yeah. challenging the outer edges of your comfort zone.
Yep.
So there's two types of people that I've seen. One person avoids the pain and one person pushes into the pain. So by avoiding pain, I'm not doing that. By avoiding pain, you're creating long-term weakness and you're not training your movement patterns that are needed so that you can move freely and participate in your activities and sports. The other person goes, I'm pushing into this pain. And they're going to push into it. This person tends to create more pain, more wear and tear, more degeneration, and ultimately their body starts losing the structural integrity to support itself. So you're not the goal isn't to it's not to avoid, nor is it to push. It is it's to balance the push.
Yep.
Balance the push. The person who pushes too hard, you're going to get to that end range and kind of feel into it and move slow into it. You likely don't move slow, you move fast. And the person who babies it, you want to just break free and start moving into the outer edge of discomfort. Every personality is different. You're going to have your own style at this one. Topic 3, flare-ups and exacerbations. First and foremost, listen, they happen. It's part of your pain journey. It's part of life. Flare-ups and exacerbations are going to be there mentally, physically. They're going to be there with your house. You're going to fix your house and the roof's going to fucking blow off in a storm. It is literally part of life. So acknowledge that when one does happen to you, this is part of your journey. And a flare-up is very simple. Your mind thinks your body is further ahead than it really is. That's it. Flare-up occurs. Maybe you don't know that. It's flare-ups are whenever you have you have an outer wall barrier of limitation, meaning if you cross it, it's flared. If you stay inside of it, it's not flared. This invisible, and the more awareness you get, the more you will know where those borders are. If you don't know what happened or something, you cross it, you've just crossed over the barrier. You will learn, and so flare-ups occur. What you're to do is this. Feel the pain. Feel it. It sucks, okay? You feel like you get set back, which there is a setback. But then after you feel the pain, find the growth in there.
Yep.
Find the growth.
You have to. I feel like that was part of my journey after my accident and seeing you and stuff in the recovery part. In my workouts, any side rotation, I could barely walk and I'd have to come back in and see you and that whole deal.
I was telling her to do a lot of side rotations because I was trying to rack up some insurance money.
Stop. No, but I got to the point in my workouts where I knew where my body did not like to be. And then I would push a little bit and then I would modify. And then I got to the point where I was like, I could do that. It doesn't feel great right now, but I still need that.
Yes.
And then, so I found that within my own body, in my own workout, to be like, Dr. Mike's up here. I can't fully rotate yet, but I can push myself a little.
That is perfect. And that goes back to the previous one about kind of exploring your limits, the end ranges, and knowing that even though it hurts, your body still is going to need to get into it. But you need to modify and find a way to get into that movement. So these managing.
Yep.
So when the flare-ups occur, after they occur or setback, recover. This is where recovery techniques come into play. Recovery techniques, myself, cold immersion, meditation, maybe chiropractic, massage, self-massage, saunas, sauna blankets, on charge. We love the sauna blanket, by the way. Other recovery techniques. This is where maybe use some muscle stimulation, laser, light. Often, maybe you don't want to use any of those. But this is where recovery techniques, mental and physical recovery techniques come in. So you can now maybe get through that psychological stressful time. So then you can now get present again with your body. Because if you react during the flare up, if you're reacting, you're going to react and find a short-term solution. And short-term solutions often come with a long-term consequence. So I encourage you, in 99, I'm going to go over some reasons why you need to go see doctors in a minute. 99% of the time, this flare-up does not require medical attention, and it is not a medical emergency, though it can feel like one. Seeking a medical emergency leads to treatments, leads to pills, surgery, shots, and all of these things. And it can be a really negative cycle. So, also, during flare-ups, I highly recommend that you immediately continue your strength and alignment exercises. Immediately. Maybe take a day to do your mobility stuff. But if you, let's say you're doing your level 3 back and core, you might have to go back to doing on your hands and knees, doing your pelvic oscillations, doing your breathing.
That's a good point. You might have to move back a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're still moving.
You're moving. That's right. You may have to move back, but you're still moving.
Yeah.
And you're not just doing stretches. Okay, that's another trap. When you stretch, if you're just stretching, your body gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and you're not fixing the root cause. Myself personally, last year, I tore my labrum doing an exercise. It tore it. I heard it tear, pop. I started my strength exercises within 5 minutes.
I know
after.
you were kind of insane with that.
It was awesome.
And you recovered.
99%. Took me a year and a half. So I cannot stress enough for you guys, stay calm with the setbacks. Learn the lesson. Learn the lesson. That's part of life. Learning and growing. That's the growth mindset. Back up. Continue doing your strength and alignment movement exercises, whatever you can do, and build it back up again. You'll get back there faster. You're going to find that these setbacks, what happens is as you continue this journey, the setbacks happen less, and then the severity is less. The length is less and the severity is less. It shrinks and shrinks. And your confidence, when it occurs, the fear reduces and your confidence increases. We've heard it 1,000 times from members. Last topic. Well, when is this more serious and when do I need to go see a doctor or somebody, a medical professional, urgent care, emergency room? So if MoveU specifically is designed to help you improve pain that is psychological, neurological, musculoskeletal. That means muscles, joints, nerves, bones, mentally, which statistically is about 87 to 95% of the time, the cases. And if you're paying, these aren't all in just black and white, but I'm going to give you some general rules here. If your flare-up, if your exacerbation, if you don't know whether to see a doctor or a medical professional, these are some signs that you likely don't need to see anybody else. All right, these are signs that you likely just need to continue doing what you're doing. If you have tenderness or pain when you push on the area, if it hurts when you push on it, good, musculoskeletal. If there's pain with movement or activity, man, that hurts, or you bend, my back hurts, that's also a sign that it's not a medical emergency. You have limited range of motion. Your arm doesn't go up. Good. Let's just be clear. All of these are good. Okay, I don't need to say good every time. I'm done with that. Muscle spasms. You have swelling or bruising. If you have a history of this issue, if this has happened over and over again, that's another sign. If the pain is local, like, man, it's just my elbow or it's just your back. If there's an absence of systemic symptoms, meaning systemic is this. Your whole body hurts, everything. You have swelling or redness in your whole body. Both of your hands swell and your feet swell. Systemic symptoms are fever, anything that it affects your full body. Also, pain that's relieved by rest is a good sign. And if you have good response to pain medications or topical, if you take pain medication, your pain's gone. Those are all signs that you likely don't need to see anybody else, that it's not an emergency. Now, some signs that it could be an emergency or an urgent situation are this. You lose your bladder control, your bowel control, you have a fever, there's unexplained weight loss, persistent nausea, vomiting, difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, heart palpitations, chest pain, chest pressure, severe headaches or migraines like the worst of your life, confusion or altered mental status, severe abdominal pain, seizures, or signs of an infection, like overall, like swelling or patches or blotchy. Like those are signs that you should seek urgent attention from your urgent care or from your MD. It's very important for you to know that. Many people go, I want to go rule, because here's what often happens. People go, I don't know, I think it's serious. I just want to go get it checked out. You go see a doctor, they order you an x-ray, it shows something, oh my goodness, then you get an MRI, it shows this disc herniation, you go see a surgeon, they go, oh my God, there's fear now, that you need surgery, then you do an injection, then you on pills, and that doesn't work, and you're literally caught in the web of medical for something that you could have fixed all on your own. You literally could have fixed it with the time that you just spent calling and scheduling all of those things.
Yep.
So,
taking a moment.
Take a moment. Lastly, another reason to seek additional help, including consulting us. I suggest you consult us first. If you lack sustainable results after 90 days in a row of MoveU, the magic happens within 90 days. You complete 90 days in a row of MoveU. If the results aren't there in that time that you want, consult us, consult me. We're happy to guide you in the right direction. And as the late Jimmy Buffett says, R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett, hope he's in Margaritaville, he says, time will tell if it was time well spent. Meaning that the only way to know is to do. That's it. So if you want to fucking know, you need to do the work instead of waiting around for somebody to tell you what to do. Again, all the programs are aimed to help you improve the strength, awareness, mobility, and alignment of your body. 90-some% of the time, that results in reduced pain, right? There's nothing that takes pain away for you. Like a pain pill can take the pain away. It doesn't fix the root cause. By you fixing, addressing the root cause, improving the strength, equals confidence, equals awareness, equals you fearing the pain less. And fearing the pain is the problem. We only fear the unknown. And so when you get to know your pain, you fear it less. And when you fear it less, the sky is the limit for you. So this is how to train with chronic pain, when to pause, and when to push. I hope this was helpful for you. Anything to add?
That was good. I liked it. I wasn't ready for the Margaritaville comment.
I know. I got sad.
I know. I just wasn't ready for it.
Oh, yeah. I thought
Fix your shit.
Fix shit. Bye.